Guys, welcome to the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tuesday.
Welcome to the Tuesday.
As we get into it, a little barn burner for you here on the YouTubes and in your ear holes and your face
Cavities.
Face cavities. Yeah. Brought to you by Bet365. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, get into the game. Official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. You must be 19 or older, and it's another day, another opportunity to help out the kids with the super chat. All the money raised in our YouTube chat by way of donation will go to the Youth Centers of Calgary, and we'll put your comment on the show.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
It's easy.
Kids.
How we doing, fellas? How we doing? How we feeling?
Peaks and valleys, dude.
Yeah, ups and downs.
You know,
Strikes and gutters.
the emotional
Ins and
roller
outs.
coaster that is the NHL playoffs.
NFL too.
I love the
Roller
NFL.
go.
It's a great sport.
It is a roller coaster.
We were saying this morning, just before you got here, the guys and the girls that work at Good Morning Football that do it year round.
Yeah.
And so people that don't know, this is a show.
It's a show
that airs
every
in the
morning.
Every day?
It's a morning show, and it goes every day. Now, there was recently
Talk
a
about football.
draft,
Yeah.
so I guess there is that to react to, but it feels like
Camps will be starting, Dean.
is there maybe something else we could talk about? Or,
May and then it's June.
or just let's not talk at all. Let's take
I know
a breather.
that the three of us haven't discussed when things are quiet in the NHL at all in about maybe.
I always enjoyed our 20 hours of programming a week in July and August, especially back
Mhm.
at the old shop,
Yeah.
because there
Good
was lots to
times.
talk about.
You did cover some great topics at that time.
Yeah, you weren't even around for that. That's right. They're like, hey, it's really dry and Rhett's not going to be here. Godspeed.
We had round 2 playoff action in the National Hockey League last night.
Yeah, we did, Dean.
Did we sit down for it? Did we take it in?
No, sir, we did not, Dean. I turned it on and it was already 1-0. I was like, ooh,
Good start.
Ooh.
33 seconds in.
That's
Wild
right.
Bill.
good start. F you, good start. Shitty start. Come on,
Oh, I see.
Bob, stop the puck. I am not cheering for Toronto. There's too many loser Leaf fans out there too.
Now, here's the thing.
Mm.
You're being a bad Flames fan. Because the Florida Panthers first round selection belongs to the
Oh,
Calgary Flames.
All right, I changed my tune, Dean.
Yeah. I'm just
Go
getting him up to
Leafs,
speed here.
go.
Wow. That
And
was
so
fast.
it does take
Jack,
much.
Get out the sewing machine and some blue ink, and we'll get to work on that tat.
I was going to say, yeah. Jailhouse tat. The Panthers will select at 22 unless they win this round, and then they will be one of the final 4 selections.
Son
in the
of-
round.
I've totally changed.
It's a big swing.
Nice.
Yeah, the difference between
nice.
29 and 30 and 22 is
Yeah.
not insignificant.
22 is huge. Great number.
22.
What was I going to say? We are the extremely soft society, Dean.
Are
in
we?
case you haven't noticed, a bunch of wusses and other words that I'd like to use.
Okay.
The Panthers they're running roughshod over the league, and can you believe they play this way? This is
Bunch of bullies.
outrageous.
They've been doing this
Ban
for
them
years.
from the NHL.
Yeah.
Get them out of here. F all of you that say that.
Okay.
So, okay, walk
so
us
you
through
used to
what
get excited for NHL playoff hockey, hard-nosed, in your face, want to win,
At all costs.
battle.
Yeah.
No. Whoa, you guys are wanting to win too much now. It's too much. Your desire
there's
to win
some,
is too much.
Where will you draw the line?
Are you okay with the Bobby Clark break your arm with a slash in the playoffs?
I am.
Okay.
Lauren Mulliken told us at one point in my junior career, if you get beat wide by I'm a defense,
By a forward, yeah.
guy
Mhm.
goes around you, and you don't attempt to break a limb, you will be benched for the rest of the season.
Oh,
There you go. We were tougher back then. It's
The
okay.
game was tougher back
It's
then.
okay. We don't have to all be wussies.
Now, put yourself in George Peros' shoes because his
George
job
Peros should shut his fucking phone off and go on vacation because he screws it all up anyway.
Does he? So did he screwed up last night's or not?
Well, I don't know what did he do anything.
It's
I just got, I'm
Sure.
I'm
That's
trying to
right.
have some hot take.
I like the hot takes. Leafs won the game 5-4. It was a very good start for the Leafs,
And we're Leafs fans.
which we are. Yeah.
Oh, huge forever.
Old Wild Bill Nylander, 33 in. Good night for him. 2 goals and an assist. But I mean, there's So the Panthers, they lose game 1. This is okay, great game. Is this whole thing. What everyone is talking about is the injury to Anthony Stolarz, the former Florida Panther netminder, the friend, their friend, Anthony Stolarz. Right here gets bumped by Sam Bennett, who is public enemy number 1 in
the NHL.
There is a contact made to the ear, back of head,
the lobe
region. Stolarz
not feeling good.
Did not leave the game immediately, but then at the next commercial stoppage is throwing up on the bench. He's puking.
Which is always a great sign after multiple head traumas to be puking. And he did leave in an ambulance and went to hospital.
There was talk of a stretcher being brought into the dressing room. He went to the hospital. He has been released.
No kidding.
This morning is the good word. But obviously left the hockey game and did not return. So the play here, no penalty, and we're learning this morning no discipline of any kind coming from your good friend George Parros.
And so just to be clear, if you shoot a puck at someone during warm-up, we're going to fine you $5,000. But if a guy leaves on a stretcher with a head injury and the league, hang on, let me finish.
You're over. I mean,
but this is true. One got a fine and the other is nothing.
I will agree with you on the first
Thank
one.
you.
Redonkulous.
Yeah.
On the second one, you're trying to make a point and also redonkulous.
So allegedly, shooting pucks knee high in warm up is worse than a guy leaving with a head injury.
An easily fixed circumstance. I feel like this pregame warm up bullshit.
The $5,000 that fixed it, or what do you say?
No. The league just saying, visiting team, you have 30 seconds to get off the ice, and you have to be off first.
Yeah. And again, this isn't about warm-ups. This is about the threshold for a fine, which is a little odd.
Anyway, don't get caught in that.
You don't like that example, so we'll move on.
No, it's not. It's just
he didn't get fined. That's crazy to me.
If we want to talk,
it shouldn't be a penalty.
It should be a penalty.
Fuck you.
Okay.
I'm going to swear a lot today. I'm grumpy.
Right.
That's one.
Why is it a penalty?
Well, because it's intentional contact to the goalie's head. It's not hard, but it's contact to the head. Like, that's the rule book, man.
If you're going,
okay,
well, then here's the problem we're going to have. If we're going to start handing out these, that's fines, go back through the league all year and all of them. Start adding it up because you got a lot of money to donate to charity now.
Well, it's like $5,000. The fine doesn't change anything.
Would Super Chats take $5,000?
We could take
and it would be $5,000 a period.
I've seen like 2-3 game suspensions for stuff that's pretty innocuous.
It doesn't make what Bennett
all of a
did.
sudden last night. This is like we're all soft when it's like there's a lot of suspensions that have been pretty damn.
So they have to be connected.
I think when you look at the Department of Player Safety,
but like, can you just look at what happened last night without connecting it to the warm up from last round?
You could, but if you're actually going to look at what the Department of Player Safety
is it a penalty? Is it a fine? Is it a suspension?
So I'll walk you through my experience with this. I did not watch it live, and I basically stumbled across this on social media. I saw the slow-mo before I saw it live, and that probably influences where I'm at. But I just think the really, really dangerous thing to do is, with what we know about brain injuries, this is one where maybe if we're on the fence, we go this way. Because what you don't want is a goalie in his crease getting hit in the head when it looks to me like Bennett adjusts to make sure he hits him. It's easily avoidable. There's no reason for Sam Bennett to do that. And there should have been a call on the play, and then this is done. But because there isn't a penalty, now we have to go into this. Should there be a suspension? Should there be a fine? Let's look at Sam Bennett's track record. Let's look at all the other things that did get suspensions in NHL history. And if it's a penalty on the ice, we move along, and you're sending a message to a guy that does have a track record that's pretty greasy to say, hey, it's game one. They've got Ryan Reaves in the press box. We're trying to keep this
series.
Bring him
down.
Well, I think that's...
Go ahead.
Well, and so as a fan, yes. As Department of Player Safety, that's what you don't
As a Florida Panther player, fuck yeah, put him in the lineup. Love to.
And again, I'm not talking from a Florida perspective, and I think as a fan, I'm only more interested in the series.
But if you're the Department of Player Safety, do you suspend Sam Bennett because you're worried about maybe Reaves coming in?
I would.
That can't be part of it.
It's insanity.
I think everything that they do is about settling. Like, that's the only reason they find them for the warm-up stuff, is because they didn't want it to escalate. Your job is to.
But that's different. If
It's
you're
exact same
suspending,
thing.
If you're suspending Sam Bennett, it's costing him, like, it's individually him. You can find the teams, whatever. You're taking a player out of the lineup, right? You see there's a difference.
And I see Anthony Stolarz leaving the game.
If I'm a player in any situation where if I'm being suspended and taken out, and you're saying, well, it's because in games 3 and 4 we want to watch. Yeah. I don't give a shit about games 3 and 4. Right. What about what I did? Is it suspension worthy?
Yeah, and so
that's my question.
I agree with all that, but you're missing one key ingredient. Throughout the history of time, Department of Player Safety has always factored in what happened to the player, the victim of the action. Stolarz leaves this game.
Not immediately.
He leaves this game as a result of a head hit. No, you're right. It's not immediately, and that's probably a bad decision by the Leafs medical staff to see 2 blows to the head and not at least get a better check.
So there you go. But how many blows to the head?
At least 2.
Oh,
well, he took a slap shot to the head.
So that's the other.
Which
is one of them. And so again, more murky water, but you can't ignore that when Stolarz gets hit, he goes down and something's not quite right, and then ends up leaving the game. You can't just brush that off. I agree. If Stolarz gets up and is ready for the next face-off, there's nothing happening here. But the part of the formula for Department of Player Safety is always, is the guy hurt or not? Right. We've seen egregious hits where guys get hurt and the suspension, they pop right back up. Nothing's even talked about. It's a part of the formula.
We're going to go to the insider hotline for Crystal Waters.
What?
Yeah. This guy is someone who I think has heard from the Department of Player Safety. I think he's probably gotten that phone call that you don't want to get. He would also qualify, I think, in the game, a guy as they would call a beauty. Like he's one of those guys. So he would be a great guy to bring in here for Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for your residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services. Former NHLer Matthew Barnaby, the man they call Barney, joins us here on the show. How we doing?
I'm good, boys, and retro awesome duster, man. Look at you. I wonder if underneath matches your 70s porn star.
Oh,
look.
Absolutely. Big bush everywhere.
What he is holding, what he's keeping under wraps right now is the mullet. He's got it nice and tight around the sides and top, and he's letting her go out back. It's really
back in your heyday.
Yeah, if you want to call me a beauty, I can guarantee that guy right there is right up there with the all-time great beauties in the game.
We're unbiased media personality.
Journalists.
Just Calgary guys.
Journalists.
Calgary show. That's right.
We report, you decide.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were in the little green room there for a little bit. I don't want to get super sportsy and right into it, but obviously you would know what's the big talking point. It's less about who won game 1, and it's about Sam Bennett, former Flame, enemy number 1 right now. I guess from the start, thoughts on the injury, the hit, the lack of a penalty. Now it sounds like a lack of a suspension or anything else.
How soft goalies are. Carry
on. Listen, I tweeted out right before that we heard from, I believe, Elliot Friedman that there'd be no supplemental discipline. I think that's the right call. I listened to you guys for 4 or 5 minutes before I came on. Listen, the shot to the head that he took had to have something to do with it. It was an absolute bomb. And yes, you get hit twice and you're not pulled out of that game already, or at least for a few minutes, like to see that's on the Toronto Maple Leafs medical staff. It's not a suspension, guys. Come on. It was a little. Listen, did he mean to do it? Was it probably a 2-minute penalty? Absolutely. Was it a suspension? Absolutely not. And I've been suspended 6 times. I've given almost $300,000 to our former players, and I love that they're using it wisely. I'd love to have it back and buy a Ferrari, but those guys are enjoying it. But as for the hit, not a suspension. Stolarz hopefully is okay and can return to this series because he's a big reason that they have a chance to beat the Florida Panthers.
He's been like significantly better than Woll for the second half of the year. Like this is a huge blow if he's out for any amount of time.
Yeah, I think his save percentage this year was .926. I mean, they haven't seen that. If they add up all their goalies in the last 10 years together, a .926. So Joseph Woll wasn't great when he came in yesterday. Thank God that Sergei Bobrovsky was not good yesterday as well. So, I heard you guys talking. Is this chance to get Reaves in the lineup? That's exactly what the Florida Panthers want, is to get Reaves into that lineup. He's not going to do the Toronto Maple Leafs any good. He's too slow. There's not going to be a lot of fighting. They're just going to let him run around, hopefully take penalties and capitalize. He's not coming into the lineup.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate. What if you just say, hey, Reaves, go accidentally fall on Bobrovsky because we know the backup's not nearly as good as he is?
Yeah, you know what's going to happen is if you don't hurt him, first of all, that conversation, if he's put into the lineup, someone's going to come down from the National Hockey League and say, if anything happens here, listen, you guys are getting massive fines. They come down before games all the time when stuff like this happens in the playoffs. You do that, you risk, first of all, a 5-minute major. The most important thing and paramount is to win game 2. That's how you can hurt the Florida Panthers and Bennett the most, is win game 2 and forget about everything else.
It stings that it's like, hey, so the NHL now is going to start giving out fines for accidental on purpose goalie contact, but it wasn't there in game 1. Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah, listen, rewatch it. Did he mean to get him a little bit? But it wasn't egregious. It wasn't an egregious hit. Now, if you're up 4 or 5-1 in game 2 or down 4-5-1, now it's time to go send a message. Grab Mitch Marner, give a little beating on him. Like.
I heard a guy whining about last night.
Go the other way. Go grab one of their smaller players. Don't grab Sam Bennett. The only guy that's going to fight Sam Bennett on that team is Max Domi. Like, Sam Bennett's tougher than anyone else on the Toronto Maple Leafs if Reaves is out of that lineup. So I always said, like, why go after the guy that did it if he's pretty tough? Go after someone smaller on that team. Go grab Sam Reinhart. Go grab him. Go grab someone else that's smaller that you could send a message that way. Now you're going to get fined and maybe risk a suspension, but that's what I would do if the game gets out of hand. But paramount is winning game 2 for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And to your point, that's exactly what the Panthers want. They want this devolving into like an alley fight.
They'd love
to. Yeah,
this is exactly what they want. This is a perfect game 1. If you're going to lose, this is perfect.
Yeah, they want it in trenches. They want this ugly. They want this nasty. That feeds into their game, not the Toronto Maple Leafs game. They want it to get nasty. They want cheap shots. That's more up their alley. They got a plethora of guys that'll answer the bell that way.
And coming from Matthew Barnaby, it just feels like it rings. Yes, that's, if anyone speaks from experience as to maybe how to kind of get it into the, get it off the rails a little bit. I remember when you entered the league, it was like, this guy is something else. I'm just who were your, and I don't want to get too much away from what we're talking about, but influences, guys that you looked up to or modeled your game, because you've got to be an elite hockey player to get to the National Hockey League, but you had something else to go along with that ability. You were kind of a unicorn almost when you came in, because you weren't 6'4", but you were willing to go with anybody and you could play the game. How did you kind of put it all together?
Well, I had the retro mullet when I came in. I just had half a tooth because I couldn't afford a dentist back then. So I had to have that half tooth for a year. So all the girls that I was with that last year, junior, man, that must have been nasty for you. I apologize. But yeah, everyone's talented at the lower levels in junior and growing up. My favorite player growing up was Mats Naslund, a small Swedish winger for the Montreal Canadiens, just a little skilled guy. In my last year junior, I had 111 points like everyone else did. And then you get to the NHL and you figure, okay, they got Alexander McGillney, Pat LaFontaine, Dale Haverstock on the first power play unit. If it's Sesame Street and we're the 4 boxes that people can see right now, one would be flashing. Like, one of these things is not like the other. And you realize if you want to carve your career out. Now, I made junior because I was too small and had to adapt and find a way to make junior, because I was a really small guy until I got to like 17, and then I grew and put on weight and got stronger like everyone does. But I just adapted to being an antagonizer and not being fearful of fighting guys. And that's kind of the transition when you go to the NHL, because once you go to the NHL, guys are so much bigger. They're men. They're playing for hundreds of thousands of dollars, now millions of dollars as we went through. So guys don't want to lose their job. So that's the real integral part of making that next step into the NHL is, are you willing to do anything? Because some people aren't willing to change their style. They're a skill guy in junior and they get to the NHL, they're like, I'm going to live and die on this hill. I grew up poor. Listen, I was going to do anything, taking a couple punches to the face to drive a nice car and date a nice girl and have a nice house and be in the NHL. No chance I wasn't doing it.
Yeah. Who was your first scrap? Then we'll move on.
First scrap was Sean Hill. Finally won one.
Number 22, correct? Wasn't he 22?
Yeah, then the Stu Grimsons came along, the Darren McCartys, the Zdeno Charas. Then it was a long 15 years. Yeah,
Zdeno Chara, that's a bad decision.
very bad.
Jeez.
I've made worse. Trust me.
Oh,
And Rhett came in this morning and he was, I know you were going to talk about it. It's like, just like the game is soft, or we've gotten soft. And I mean, there is that fine line. You don't want anybody getting hurt and puking on the bench with a brain injury. But at the same time, it's like, this is why we wait all year, is for the physicality and the intensity to ramp up. And all things considered, to your point, I don't think it's a suspension. At first, when I was watching, I'm like, the goalies, I thought he was taking a dive. I thought he was trying to get a call on Bennett. And then in hindsight, he is injured, because it looked like he got bumped in the crease and then laid down. I was going the other way on it, but it does feel like the game has certainly changed. And stars, but I don't
listen.
know.
I think we're all in the same. There's no game in the world. You go. I'm a big NFL guy. You go game 5 of the NFL, and then you go to the Super Bowl. It's the exact same game. Like, it's the exact same game. Baseball's the same way. Pitching and bringing guys in, it changed a little bit that way, but basketball maybe a little bit more intense. Hockey, it's like you watch game 35 of the NHL, and then you watch game 1 of the Stanley Cup, playoffs. It's like two different sports. It's not even close to being the same sport. So I think we're all there, and we don't want to go back to when Retro and I played in the archaic 90s and having that. Like, it was scary some nights there. Like, you get down with a minute to play by 2 goals. Like, someone's either going to two-hand you. If you have a little injury on your wrist, they're going to try to break it. I know I certainly was trying to do it to guys, and we don't want to go back to that level. Like, that was insanity. So, but we do appreciate the physicality that gets amped up once we get to the playoffs, and that's why it's so good. Why it's the best sport in the playoffs by far, and I don't even think it's close.
What'd you think of the 2 Game 7s we had on the weekend? Just when you thought that Dallas-Colorado game couldn't be one
there
up.
are hockey gods.
It was.
Because we saw it on the weekend.
It's wild. I don't like wild. I don't think if either of those teams are on the road, either team wins. I think that's the importance of having home game 7s when it gets there. And we don't mind playing on the road. Hockey players don't mind playing on the road. You kind of block it out, but that extra juice from your fans and Rantanen coming back, scoring a hat trick. I mean, Disney couldn't have written a better script for how that all unfolded. In Winnipeg with 1.6 seconds left, Perfetti scores in an electric building, and then they win it in double OT. So awesome for hockey. The first round was absolutely amazing, and we're just going to build off it and keep going, and hopefully a couple Canadian teams get far, and we're able to talk more and more about, hopefully, 93, since the Canadians won it last. We have a Stanley Cup champion at some point from Canada.
Do you think Hellebuck, has he kind of gotten over a hump here? Is this a mental victory for him, and he can settle in? Because it has been rocky roads in the playoffs for this guy.
Yeah, very tough on the road. I mean, those numbers are atrocious. I mean, awful. And some of the goals are just flat out bad. And mentally, I've never been a goalie. I've seen some mental guys when it comes to fighting the puck. Listen, when I played in New York and Mike Dunham was there, a great guy, but he didn't believe he could stop a puck. And you know what? He didn't stop a puck. Yeah. He didn't stop one. I think it's a big thing that they won in Game 7. But we're gonna have to see how he is on the road again.
He doesn't look comfortable.
No, and how about that? When you get pulled and you're going to be the Vezina Trophy winner, you're going to be up for the Hart, might win the Hart, and you're in an opposing stadium, and they're just chanting, "We want Connor." Like, is there anything worse when you're pulled and you're playing so bad that they want you in over Eric Comrie? Like, please get the Vezina Trophy guy back in the net. Like, just awful. Just awful. So that just builds on it. So now he has a chance to go in the President Cup, President Trophy winners in the regular season. They're going to start at home, and they've been very good at home. And then you look at a guy like just Mark Scheifele. Is he ready to come back? Is he healthy enough? Because I don't think without Mark Scheifele, they stand a chance in the series.
Yeah, you got Morrissey as well in Winnipeg, and then on the other side, Robertson and Heiskanen.
Yeah.
Maybe they're back. I mean, if you didn't like the Blues and the offense they created, a
Yeah.
healthy Dallas club is going to be no fun for Connor Hellebuyck.
How about Dallas beating that Colorado team without Heiskanen and without Robertson?
Wow.
I mean, it's mind blowing. So it was a great series. We had so many great series in that opening round. So physical. When you look at St. Louis, I think Florida, now Toronto had the puck a lot more. I think Florida had 51 hits. I think they out hit them like 51 to 24, or something close to that. So the physicality, like you said, teams getting healthy. You get through a Colorado team. Dallas is going to be very, very, very tough to beat.
Do we like Toronto more this year? I mean, Bobrovsky wasn't good last night, and I'm not sure if that wasn't the difference in the game. But do we like the poise and the attitude of the Leafs with Berube behind the bench?
Yeah, I mean, Bobrovsky, that first goal, that's putrid. That's Bantam stuff. Like when I was coaching my kid in Buffalo back in the days, my goalie would have been yanked right there. I got no time
Eagles,
for
just right out.
for a shitty goal. Get the hell out. Get the hell out. Listen, I once pulled 2 goalies and went with 6 skaters for about 12 minutes to prove a point. I'm not going to recommend that to any coaches that are parents out there. Does not go well with the 2 goalie dads and a manager. But this is the best Toronto Maple Leafs team we have seen in 10 years. Tanev's a huge addition to that team. Physically blocking shots, this team blocks a lot more shots than they're used to. Stolarz has really solidified that back end, and they've taken on. Listen, they don't have the mentality of Craig Berube because that's not how they're built. But some of the guys that they've brought in, and the Max Domi's plays hard. Matthew Knies can bring that element of a power forward. Tanev, they do play deeper down that lineup, a more physical style. They're never going to be the Florida Panthers. They don't have the horses to be able to play that game. They're a skilled team that has a very good power play when it's rolling, but you can see the mental makeup of the team that when Florida came back and scored 2 in a row, boom, they score again. Florida scores, boom, they come right back. So you look at the timeout that Craig Berube called, calmed everything down, and went from there. I think that's the calming influence, as well as just what it takes. Like, Craig knows what it takes to win. He's won with the St. Louis Blues, and they kind of had a similar makeup to a Florida Panthers team. So he knows what they're trying to do in this series as well.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Treliving's remade the entire blue line basically there. Like OEL is this summer. Carlo's at the deadline. He's 6'5" defender. You love that. Tanev, he's always loved. Brought him to Calgary as a free agent years ago. McCabe from Chicago.
Yep.
Benoit from Anaheim. Like, there's some guys with dirt under their nails there. That was always a spot on this team where you're like, yeah, okay, they're all right, but are they tough enough? Like, that's 5 of 6 defensemen they're starting. Treliving guys that all got some moxie.
Well, Carlo was the big pickup at the deadline. I can't even believe they got him from there for what they paid. I mean, he's a tremendous defenseman. You talk about the size, Benoit on the third pairing. That OEL obviously can create offense and is a great skater. He's a mature guy, right? A mature guy that's played in the league for a very long time. So this is a much better defensive team than they've been in the past. But Stolarz is the key to this team. I think if Joseph Wall is there for the rest of the series, it's going to be a tough go. Florida's going to be a lot better in game 2 than they were in game 1. And Bobrovsky is going to be a lot better than he was in game 1. So this series is far from over, but in jest, this is the best Leaf team we've seen go into the playoffs in a long time.
I'm intrigued by all 3 series this round.
Yes, all 3 of them.
All 3 of them, right? Math.
All 3.
My math in Ottawa mustn't be great. Are you doing Calgary math?
Is anybody listening or paying any attention to Washington and Carolina? It has not been mentioned in my world.
No, Carolina's going to win that series. I don't think Washington is that good unless Logan Thompson stands on his head. I think Carolina is way better. But yeah, it's definitely the least talked about series out of all of them. I think you only tune in to see if Ovi's going to score a goal in that series. So Carolina's a good team, very fast. We knew they were going to make easy out of New Jersey with no Jack Hughes. I don't think this series is going to be any tougher for the Carolina Hurricanes as well.
Goalies are interesting there. Like, is Freddie Anderson good to
Oh,
go? Is he
yeah,
gone
so-
for a bit? Is Logan Thompson ready to go? Is it Charlie Lindgren?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make this an exciting series because I kind of agree
Good
it's
luck,
not.
yeah.
But they're not bad teams. They're just not particularly interesting, I suppose. Like
Yeah.
Carolina they've won around 7 years in a row or something crazy. Still don't care. I feel no emotions.
Yeah, you never think about them, do you? And literally, like last 7-8 years, they've been the model of consistency when you just talk about getting there and playing and just disposing of teams and moving on. So, but yeah, it's Carolina. We don't really talk about them till they get to the conference finals or the finals, and then we go from there.
Yeah. So what's keeping you busy? What's going on in your world these days?
I do a lot of events. So Alzheimer's, I was up in Edmonton a few weeks ago. I was in Toronto this past weekend, raised 1.1 million in Edmonton, 1.4 million in Toronto. So a couple of good events. I'm headed to Windsor this week, and then I go back out to Calgary for their Gordie Howe Cares Pro-Am that always raises between like 1.2 and 1.4 million. And then I just go see my kids. My son's a hockey player in France, and he lives in Buffalo in the summer. My daughter lives in Tampa, so I go to see them a bit. And now it's golf season in Ottawa for about 3 weeks. So yeah, I'll get to play a few times up here. And I spend the winters in Florida, so not too bad. This old body needs a little sunshine.
Vitamin D. How was I felt guilty not going to Razor's thing, but then I thought, well, if I ever had an event, there's no way he's traveling to come to mine. So like, it is not a two-way street. How did it go? How was the big event in Buffalo?
Well, especially knowing we had to pay for it ourselves, because that's
that
true.
was a nice touch.
That,
Hey,
yeah. True Buffalo Sabres way of treating alumni up there. And you fucking know well that if Razor has to spend 5 cents of his own money, he's not walking across the street for any of us. Any of us. Not a chance that big-headed bastard is spending. He's probably still driving the 92 Taurus with no power windows.
My brother, I got traded there from Florida, and my brother came down to watch, and he's like, you're parking in the back. He's like, who's driving the Taurus? Like, I was rooming with Razor. He got a truck, and we're rooming together. And I still remember in Montreal, and we're sitting in bed watching before we shut the lights out. And he's like, I don't know about this truck. And I knew exactly where he was going to go with this. I looked over. I said, if you tell me you can't afford gas, I'm leaving. I'm going to rent my own room. I don't care if. Well, it's expensive. This gas is way more than the Taurus used to be.
I can tell you, I lived with him 2 years. I've fought him so many times and love the guy. Like, he does so much for charity, but the cheapest. Like, listen, I guarantee when he goes down a hill, he puts his car in neutral to save on gas. Right. That's how cheap he is. And I remember living with him. He had the Taurus, and he goes, hey, do you want to ride with me to the game? I'm like, not a chance. Am I seeing someone? Is someone seeing me get out of the car in the NHL in a 92 Taurus with no power windows? Not a chance that it's going to happen. But it was a great event. He was awesome. The speech was great. He said he loved me, he hated me, he loved me, he hated me. But yeah, he's done a lot of good for Buffalo, and it was well deserved for as many years as he's been in that organization.
Turning it off at stoplights to say
that's right. Yeah. Hope it starts.
Oh yeah. He was the original before the cars actually shut off when you stopped at a light he actually did it himself.
Didn't he go hunting and have like a bloody deer in the trunk or something?
It
was just gross.
He's
one of a kind. He's one of a kind. He's the only guy that goes on a 7-day road trip to the West Coast and brings a toothbrush.
Oh, maniac.
Which Brad May might have shoved up his ass one day.
Rumors.
Unsubstantiated.
Allegedly.
Who knows?
Allegedly.
Fella, thanks for taking some time for us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the awesome work, guys. Cheers, my man. See you guys in a few weeks in Calgary.
Awesome.
Love it.
Thanks,
awesome.
Man.
See ya.
There you go. Matthew Barnaby, good guy, former Sabre. And as we say, a beauty joining us here on the program today.
I should see who's coming.
Yeah. Crystal Waters, Plumbing and Heating, crystal clear choice, all residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services. And you know what it is?
AC season, baby.
Air conditioning.
Turned on the other day, Dean.
I don't know what you might be thinking. Oh, does it get that hot? I don't know if we need. Oh, just get...
It does.
Ye of short memories. Remember those nights where you've got the fan, windows are open, but there's no air moving, and you're laying on top of the covers, and you got swass going.
No bueno.
You're going to use that thing way more than you think.
Maybe you got one. Make sure it's working. You don't, go get one.
And you're going to feel so good.
So good.
Sleep so good.
And, right now, you get you get one of those AC set up from Crystal Waters. Free upgrade of your choice.
Really?
Yep. You're going to be able to pick something nice for yourself because that's what they do.
Take care of the Barneys.
They give back to barn burner folk, giving deals, discounts, preventative maintenance, warranties, come on now.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, do you have air conditioning?
No, I don't. And
of course
it's painful. I got 3 fans.
You got more fans than that, Jack. People love
outside. Go sit outside, Jack. Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for all residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services. 24 years now experience. It's not bad. We'll get back. I don't want to, because man, if you want to hear about this, you can go and turn
it's
on
everywhere
Toronto
right now.
And all that.
Yeah.
Paul Maurice, as you would imagine, he's fairly media savvy. He enjoys kind of sparring with the media, and he knew what he'd be in for.
Plays the game well, doesn't he?
Yeah. Couple clips here. One from the game last night, and then one already from morning skate today.
Your vantage point of a play involving Sam Bennett and Anthony Stolar. Stolar is obviously leaving the game.
Not nearly as good as the referee's vantage point. Standing right there, he saw it. So, coach is coach. You know what? Hopeful for Anthony and his health. Like, we love that guy, and we hope he gets better real fast. There were far more egregious collisions in that game last night, but we won't be talking about those, I would imagine, today.
You coached 2 years here. Surprising?
No, it doesn't. I'm not upset about it. I'm really not. I know, you know what you're getting this morning. I know where this is going. Honest to God, I mean, I've seen every hit that Sam Bennett's thrown since he was 12 years old on TV this morning. Like, I get it. Go ahead, run with it. We're good. Puck's gonna drop.
He does know. He would know.
Playing the game.
Yeah, he would know.
Now, Craig Berube is pretty tough, and he's a guy that, played that way. He had very different takes on it. And both are head coaches of teams that are trying to win this series.
Yeah.
And for one, we're going to try to magnify it. And for the other, we're going to try to diminish it and say it's not a real thing.
It's very new, this
Gamesmanship.
that coaches have in playoffs or championship situations.
It's almost like a team will use any edge they can get to try to win.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. Look forward to game 2. It's a big win for the Leafs.
Huge.
Big win.
You can't win 4 if you don't win 1.
I was just thinking that. Wow.
You got to get 1 before you can get to 4.
Yeah.
What else?
3 as well.
Yeah, okay, good.
Are there anything else that's kind of work boots in the sands of time? Or
No, that's for my team.
goes, that's saying.
Anything from the, yeah, exactly.
The game winner came with 6 minutes left. A man by the name of Matthew Knies.
I've got an interesting take on this.
Well, I mean, let's just, so if you're unfamiliar with who Matthew Knies is, here's a little bit for you.
The time of the goal here in the second. If it's Ekblad's goal, it's another for a high scoring. For the blue line, Knies in front! Knies to the net! Scores!
At home on Monday night, and right off the hop, Matthew Knies, Zach Whitecloud are going to go.
Oh, he's a lefty. Who knew?
Played ahead to Knies. Here's a 2-on-1 with Riley. Matthew Knies, Riley, stopped by Vasilevsky. And another chance. Matthew Knies scores. Matthew Knies. His shot knocked down in front. That was a shot blocked by Matthews. Knies might be away. Here's Knies in and scores! What a goal by Matthew Knies!
the last one, the goal from last night. 6 minutes left, the game winner.
It's pretty.
What are we, freaking leaf honks here?
He's very unleafy, this player.
Are you trying to say that Craig Conroy should be? Are you thinking Conroy's watching and should try and go get this guy? Is that the message you're sending?
I think that's the message Brett's sending.
You, me?
You go ahead, Dean. You put that together. That's brilliant about your part.
This is my, the C stands for Craig or Conroy or.
Cool.
Calgary.
Yeah. Cool. It's my GM hat.
Damn right it is, Dean.
It's Matthew Knies. He needs a contract this year. He's a restricted free agent. You
RFA.
You know what happened in St. Louis when they went and offer sheeted a couple guys?
Oh.
Playoff bound. Probably should still be playing. Maybe.
Hockey gods. But
Hockey
anyway.
gods.
Craig, offer sheet, Matthew Knies.
What kind of
whatever it
number are you
takes.
going to offer him, Dean?
Whatever it takes.
So you're going to put your first rounder on the table
Yep.
then? Okay. And that would be the first rounder in the Gavin McKenna draft. Did you're comfy with that?
Sure. Because
That's where I
am.
sticky.
My guess is they are not going to be bad enough to get into a lottery, which
So you can,
gets them a win.
Here's the gamble. You can gamble to be the Islanders and have the odds of getting McKenna, or you can gamble that Knies is going to be a player.
Yeah, you could gamble that, okay, we're going to be San Jose and finish last and have the best odds and then not get the first overall pick even still. Or you can go with something that's a little bit more of a known commodity. This guy is, what, 6'2",
And a
220.
lefty, Dean. Hate lefties.
Yeah, throws left hands, scores goals.
He's 6'3", 230.
Is that what it is now? Yeah,
beast.
he's a
He
beast.
is a load. He's from Phoenix, of all places.
Phoenix or Scottsdale?
Love
Big
Phoenix.
difference.
Sure, yeah. But yeah, I think the fly in the ointment is that the St. Louis ones made a lot of sense because they didn't give up a first. It was seconds and thirds. Again, you can offshoot this summer. The draft's already happened, so you're dealing in 2027 draft picks.
Really?
This player is a different level than
Holloway. Agreed.
Robert.
And I think it's the kind of level where the Leafs just match anyway.
Oh.
Cap's going up.
Good.
8-9 million.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting with the Leafs because they do have to pay Marner, but Tavares comes off the books, and I'm kind of expecting him to give them a hometown discount. Maybe he won't, but he's made $77 million. The two players
Is
between
this Tavares, you're saying?
yeah. He and Marner are up this summer,
Right?
right?
$77 million in the last whatever
11 years, or 7 years, excuse me. So you have like 25 million coming off the books with those two guys alone. You probably just match and then try to sort stuff out later. But yeah, he's an intriguing guy. I don't know that he's a star on his own, but he's kind of like that Zach Hyman guy. If you put him next to an elite player, he's going to do a lot of things. He's a power forward that can score probably 35 goals.
He's absolutely called you an idiot, I think is what he's saying.
No.
It's-
I understand the enthusiasm for Matthew Knies. I think you got a better chance of getting him a trade via offer sheet.
Listen, Ryan doesn't do the what if games. It's not his strength.
Literally just followed through on the what if game.
No, you just said these are all the reasons it won't work.
Those are the reasons it might not work. It definitely could work.
Were you on board with it or not?
I wouldn't put the McKenna lottery ticket in there. That's my only sticking point. But I understand you, like you say, only one team's going to get McKenna. Like, it's probably not you. It's just if that did happen, that would go down as maybe one of the worst things of all time.
No, you'd be
like a generational type guy.
Conroy would
for a
immediately
power
be
forward winger.
hired by the Leafs, and they would.
It would be interesting to see, excuse me, it'd be interesting to see what Treliving and the Leafs, because if he signs an offer sheet, they're going to have to match it. And it's potentially a bigger number than they would be happy to pay. Is there a number that they wouldn't pay? I'm
sure there's a number somewhere, but is it a number you can live with? That's probably the other part of it. You could give him 10.
Also, I like to play that was great, Dean.
Yeah.
Listen up, Conroy.
Yeah.
Do what Dean says. But if we're talking sensibly.
Well, and I think it's important we understand what the thresholds are. Like, how many firsts do we have to give up? It's obviously more than just one.
Yeah, you get into
Did
big
you just
money.
watch the highlight package?
I did. He's going to
Well,
be
then it
again.
should be 17.
He's a lefty.
And he's a lefty.
Yeah.
And we're going to sick him on you.
He's from Arizona.
backhand.
Little
Oh,
backhand.
that's nice.
Yeah.
But does that mean he wants to come to Calgary then?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
That's right.
He might just sign it to stay in Toronto and make more money to stay in Toronto.
That's to get an offer sheet and sign it.
Yeah,
but he can't sign an offer sheet unless one gets slid across the table.
Really?
And a cat gets slid across the table unless Conroy
Was watching us.
gets his GM hat on.
Gets off his arse and starts doing something.
That's right.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Anything over 4.58 million is a first and a third. That's not even close to what you'd offer him. Anything over 6.8, it's a first, a second, and a third. I think you have to go higher than that.
Mm-hmm.
The next threshold is 9.1 million. Now things get uncomfortable for the Leafs. It's 2 firsts, a second, and a third. So you'd be giving up your lottery ticket in the McKenna and the DuPont drafts for a guy that I think is a really good player, but I don't think is a superstar.
When's the last time the Flames picked first overall?
Never. So are they due or are they never going to do it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, when was the last time the Islanders did it? It was ages ago. Now all of a sudden they're going to do it.
Tavares, probably.
Tavares?
Probably John Tavares.
They've done it 4 times, but they've been around a while.
Yeah.
And I think I understand this notion that, like, hey, they're just not going to be able to bottom out because look at Wolf and look at the team. Nobody thought Boston was going to be a bottom 5 team.
That was the injuries. Maybe
was it, or did they just have
I'm saying
bad
the injuries
goaltending?
could help us. Maybe that's a way.
Yeah, or it's just if Wolf has one off year in his career,
Maybe
what does it
he's
look
injured.
like? Maybe he's hurt.
Just a tweak. Nothing major. Maybe Bennett.
Just a tweak.
Just Bennett, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, kind of being facetious. I don't know that you can give up 9-10 million a year times
not coming together.
7, 8, and 2 firsts and thirds and all of that.
Yeah.
But he's an intriguing guy.
And I don't think it's about coming to Calgary. It's about getting close to market value. Your agent's saying, hey, they'll probably match anyway. You want to get out of Calgary? Ask for a trade in 3 years. What are they going to not move you? Of course you're going to move.
I don't understand what you're telling me.
I'm saying you don't sign offer sheets to go where you're going. You sign offer sheets to get what you feel is closer to market value. Like, I don't think, Dylan Holloway
You're
was
terrible at the just play around game. You are. You're terrible at it. You got to work on this. When you're playing imaginary trucks with your boys, just go with it. This is not a real. This is not a real dump truck, son. You can't fit. We're not going to put crayons in a dump truck.
You're not going to be allowed to. You can't use the Jake brakes in town like that. There's noise violations. You can't just throw the brakes on like
Well,
that.
hey, that's fair. I'm not playing trucks. Like, I'm literally looking at the cash threshold.
We all realize Matthew Knies is not coming to Calgary for whatever effing reason you want to come up with it, but it's fun to think about.
He's a very good player. He's also every 5th puck's going in. That's going to settle down a bit. This was when when you shoot 20% for a year, you typically get overpaid. Someone's going to do that.
What is the regular? What's normal?
I would say like 11 to 13%. Even like the Ovechkins of the world are in there. He's not a better finisher than Ovechkin. It's
So
what are
you comfortable characterizing him as then?
I'd say he's a really good
Hyman.
Yeah, I like
number goals. What
I think he could score 30 to 35,
with.
but he has to be with a superstar. Like Zach Hyman without Draisaitl and McDavid is a very good player. He's not a star, but you put him next to him, he can flirt with 60. Because if he gets a year where the percentages are nice, he gets some bounces, and he's got someone that can make the plays.
But Iginla without Conroy, what's he?
There you go.
20?
See?
Yeah.
The difference is like Iginla was the driver. This Knies is not a driver.
He's killing it again.
I know. He can't do
it.
He cannot do it.
Killed it again.
How dare I take this seriously?
Yeah. No, it's a serious thing.
If you're actually talking about offshooting a guy, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we don't have a
You know what? I'd like
we
to
don't
take it
have a
back.
real
No,
GM hat.
Jack, and don't.
But
run
this
that
is a
Knies
conversation that people are having out there.
Sure.
I've heard this a lot. They should go offshoot Matthew Knies. So
yeah, by
you have to
donkey fans that have no
correct
grasp
the people
of
that
reality.
watch the show.
Yeah,
yeah, I heard Bro talking about that too. We should.
I could. Let's just get the first overall pick next year too. That's why can't we do that?
That's
Let's
hard.
manipulate it.
It's very hard.
Come on.
I think what you have to do to get the first overall pick is Gary has to feel like he owes you one.
Yeah. Gary's like the rest of Canada. They hate Alberta.
Is that right? Didn't know Gary hated Alberta.
Oh, I felt like that was a really witty.
It was.
Take.
Yeah.
No. Let's break down Rhett's Warner's. Oh, you got something?
Well, I was going to tell you about the hearing loss clinic, but go ahead.
No, do the hearing loss.
Travis and Sabrina Rhodes, great people. They give back to the community, and they happen to be the very best in what they do. They're Business in Calgary Leader Award winners. They started with one small hearing loss clinic. There are now 5 in the city. There are 5 in BC, and they are the 2 5s. Is that what?
Well, that's what I was like. Do we ever do that?
So 5 in the
Ever.
so 5 in
Do we
Calgary.
do it
and-
off of the hearing loss?
so you put those. That's of course. So that's a total of 55 hearing loss clinic locations.
Sorry.
May or may not be accurate, but just because we've been talking about them, I have hearing aids. I'm starting to. I guess I'm just more kind of. Oh, I see. So he's wearing them. You can't really. I mean, it's not like they're.
Can I say something else?
The big things that you used to see is like when you're wearing like potatoes on your ears. They're very subtle and they work better than
those
ever.
cones.
That's right. Yeah.
They were like out to here.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Well, the other thing that you maybe is it's your age. Like the reason you're seeing more of them is people you're hanging out with are your age.
Maybe.
But here's the other thing. Did you ever, like, when your wife was pregnant for the first time, all you saw was like pregnant people everywhere? Like, where have these people been?
Yeah, you're just kind of
It's just like you're more aware of it, right?
It's in your ether. You're just kind of, and you know what?
Ouch.
Like I've been saying, it's not just for old people,
That's a
people
good
of all
point.
ages. I actually saw a guy who had to be early 20s. He had some the other day. I was like, good for him. And good for
I
you.
bet you he's got a better quality of life, dude.
Get rid of that. Just talk about it. Don't be silly about it. Live a better life.
Get rid of the
And
stigma.
health risks like dementia, depression, others been linked to untreated hearing loss. It only makes good sense. Hearingloss.ca. Get a consultation done. My thought and my guess is you won't regret it. Even if you have fine hearing like one Rhett Warner.
Either way, you're ahead.
But I think you're probably getting, probably get you back in there for another assessment.
I was just
So you're getting old.
I'm old. Can't see.
It's not about old age, but still. You're going downhill.
Going down, right?
Real quick.
Was there anything else you were gonna say something, and then I was gonna interrupt you?
Well,
It's gone.
CTE.
Yeah.
Logan Thompson's going to start tonight.
Good. He's a Calgary kid.
Yeah.
What's yours?
That's the one that you don't know exists. So that's probably why you're not.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
4 series?
That's
What?
right. Yeah, that's the Washingtons against the Carolinas.
And what time does this start?
This is your early game tonight.
Is there 2 games?
Yeah, you
See,
got-
I didn't realize they were playing.
You got the Edmontonians tonight taking on. The
Is
Vegas
Edmonton
Golden Knights.
playing? You don't say.
5 and 7:30 your start times.
Get your 50-50s.
In Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know if they do the 50-50s there, but I'm sure the
They do it anyway?
people up in Shelbyville will have some road 50-50 or something.
Yeah, I think they do.
Mhm.
Can we do the whiteboard?
Yes, we may.
What do we whiteboard?
Provided we have.
I want a whiteboard because I can't decide if I'm an idiot or really insightful, or if anyone else talked about this. The last goal by Knies.
Like the backhand shelf?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many players were on the ice for the Panthers?
How many players?
Let's watch.
Okay.
Jack, I'm kind of putting
So
you on
it'll be
spot,
the
so I'll
last goal in
I'll
the
buy some time for you because I know that we
in
weren't
that
expecting-
stupid Knies montage that never should have made it to
Okay.
air.
Is this the start of the clip?
It might be where I picked it up. yeah.
Okay, so it might need it should be fine. Okay, 1. Oh no,
So that was
It's the Senators
that was fine where
series.
it was.
okay.
Go 1, 2, 3, 4.
So there it's a
There's still only
Chip?
4. Oh my God, the
That
5th
changed.
guy just jumped on
just
the
jumped
ice.
on the ice.
Bad change.
Nobody noticed that before.
Bad change.
I was saying it the whole time, like 10 seconds earlier. I'm like, you got 4 guys on the fucking ice. Oh, break.
Is that what you were saying?
I was to my kids. Nobody
Wow, I didn't notice
they
that.
didn't notice. I was like, no shit, he's
Everyone
getting
gets
a break.
so excited for the breakaway, you
Yeah.
forget how it happened, or don't notice.
Or was that like a lacrosse change where the other guy just got to the
No,
bench
I'm
before he
telling
could come
you.
The
on?
other gate.
Forwards and defense. He
I'm
couldn't.
telling you, they were playing shorthanded. I'm like, what are they doing?
Dumb.
Good.
Paul.
Should be asking Maurice those questions.
Come on,
Come
Paul.
on, Paul.
It's interesting. Like they get back in that game.
And if you want me to break down your kid's video game or
Yeah.
games, just DM me on social media. That's something's
Warner's
com.
whiteboard.
That's right.
Yeah. At Warner's whiteboard.
How did they do it again?
Just
DM you at
dummy dot.
so yeah.
I don't.
/
Sorry, Ryan. Back to you.
HTTP. It looked like a blowout last night, and then the goalie switch, and it's like zing zing.
Yeah.
That guy's not warm. Like that could be the massive pendulum swing of the series if Woll has to be the man because he's not been great.
I don't disagree with you, but Bobrovsky wasn't good last night.
5 on 29. That's unbob-like.
I don't have a grade on Bobrovsky in the sense that like it's just that game was over and then it wasn't when they had to put the other guy in.
Yeah, but it's not good. Okay.
Like Stolar's leaving is what I'm saying. Like that could be a huge moment in the series. Bobrovsky, whatever. Like
if you lose if you lose your number one?
Yeah. Oh. Like if the Leafs, like last year, I don't know if you remember what happened to the Leafs in round 1. Woll was the guy they had going, and then he got hurt, and they had to go to the other guy who was not as good.
Swanson.
Slippy.
Nylander with the weird migraines they couldn't figure out. Matthews ended up
way off,
getting hurt.
Yeah, Luosterainen, Belinskas, and Bennett all got goals. It was 4-1 Leafs after 2 periods. Thankfully for Matthew Knies.
This is going to be an elite series. Like all this nastiness and the controversy only makes me want to watch it more.
Another thing near the end, and I don't have the video, but as the clock clicked down to zeros, Matthew Tkachuk, being Matthew.
Oh, I heard someone's take.
Found
dumped him hard in the corner.
No, it was Marner who was out there, and he kind of goes over and slashes him, and Marner does nothing. So then he kind of stick him, and he just kind of just doing anything he can. It's very Matthew. It's very Tkachukian of him to do, but there was no reaction.
Hot take was that he should be suspended for that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There is no place in the game for that, Dean.
The what's your message if you're Craig Berube? Because I know how Craig Berube would go out and play.
Yeah, but
his team is not the Florida Panthers.
No, and I think Craig Berube played with guys that didn't do what Craig Berube did, and Craig Berube knew what he needed to do. And I think Craig Berube knows what his team's made of, and his message would be just ignore it. Let's win game 2.
Take the power plays, fellas.
Yeah. Let's get game 2.
So this is it here. There is Tkachuk going for a little bit.
He tried to injure him there.
Slash.
It was tipped to injure.
I mean, goodness.
Were you at the game, Jack? Is this your camera?
Why were you filming on a potato?
Yeah, what were you? Why? Get the mustard off your lens if you could. I mean, goodness,
this is not new. This is
we're
not
wound up over this stuff. What are we doing?
We need a 1980s stick swinging incident.
Even you guys, like when in 2004, if you were going to lose one badly, it was Simon and Oliwa, and everyone's like, okay, you're going to win this game, but we're going to hurt you.
I don't know if I said this. One of my regrets was not breaking Brad Richards' finger in the game 2 when we were losing, and there was a scrum at the end of the game, and he went like this and pushed, and I grabbed his hand and started to twist it off, and the ref was standing there, and we'd kind of been warned as a team not to do this anymore. And the ref was screaming at me, don't you do it. If you do anything, I'm going to run you. And we didn't have very many defensemen. And I was like, I should break his... Better not. And I should have, because he won MVP. He was really, really good.
But then who would have had?
I think the trade-off, the retro.
Is Brendan Evans in? Because if that's the case, you can't break his finger.
For Richards,
I was going to say
retro for Richards. I feel like that's a team win.
I'm just wondering if, like, is Denny Gauthier back? Where are we at? Is there someone else?
Then it's going from Richards to Andre Waugh or something.
Oh, I get it. You guys were so thin back there. Good God.
I hate to say it, Red.
I should have done
it. I'm going to take that trade.
I know.
The Warner v. Richards.
It's one of my big regrets. And then Darryl would have been forced to go sign Dion.
Now, those people that had a hard time with Tkachuk are really going to have issues with you saying
don't
this
listen
today.
I mean,
what's the statute of limitations? Can you still be punished for what you just said?
Or what I thought? Well, that's part of the issue with today's world.
Vigilante justice.
You're not allowed to think anything even. So
terrible.
Noodle's still suspended.
He is, yeah.
Retroactively, maybe get some pay docked.
I think it would be great if he were an e-bug. He's already at the rink. He's between the benches. Just have him wearing the lower gear all game.
It would be good.
But goalie gets hurt.
Well, and
sorry guys, I gotta let you go. Throw the mask on, get in there, be awesome.
And the catch being that if you've got a good group of guys on the Sens team, and you're in a game where, and you hey. Brady goes down to Olmark. You're hurt.
You don't feel good, eh?
You're sick?
How's your knee?
Oh. And out he comes.
Noodles gets 20 games. 20 games a year as the E-bug. I feel
But
like
he
there's
can't
something
play.
up.
He's suspended.
Yeah.
He's going to have to figure that out first.
Yeah.
Gary would freak.
Wonder if he can apply for a pardon.
Clemency? Is it a pardon?
He's at all these games anyway. Can any of them
Pardon?
start to kind of count towards it?
Accumulate?
I'm not sure. Okay, fellas, we're like eerie close to Mother's Day here.
No, I don't like this.
Oh,
The 11th.
I appreciate the reminder.
It's today's the 6th. I believe it's the 11th, which is next.
This Sunday.
The 11th.
It
Is it
this
really?
Sunday?
It's this Sunday?
Look right there. It says Mother's Day.
Oh,
This Sunday.
good
Sunday.
gracious.
I know.
It's not, well, though.
What were you going to say? It's not.
It's not my mother's birthday. Wait, it's Mother's Day.
I have
Damn
a-
it. It is Mother's Day.
It's not her birthday. I'm off the hook. Yeah, I it's a tough one because you have your own mom, and then some of you have the mom of your kids,
The kids are dummies too.
and some of you maybe have a couple of those baby mamas. You know,
Is that right?
maybe I had some with this lady, and then I've had a monkey with this lady, and plus I have a mom.
Opening franchises.
What about the baby mama's mama?
Mama's mama?
Mama?
Mama's
Do you have to? Is that on your? Do you have to check that off?
F
The
no.
shoveler's mom.
I'm not. What the are you talking
I'm just
about?
wondering.
M in law? No.
Correct.
Mill.
Deal with it yourself.
Am in law. Good thing you cleaned it up. Vina Nova, Calgary's lab-grown diamond specialist, the only store in Calgary that specializes exclusively in lab-grown diamonds. You'll have savings up to 80%, 75%, 60%. What? Same chemical composition and crystal structure as an earth mine diamond. Lab-grown, same hardness, light refraction as a natural diamond. But you're going to have the massive savings. And these gemologists, they can't tell the difference between the two.
Seems obvious.
Keep the gemals out of it.
Yeah.
They're useless because they can't tell them.
I was going to ask Jack because he's stupid what he would do, but you know what? That
Oh.
wouldn't be nice.
Jeez.
Because even Jack knows. You go to Market Mall, you park wherever you want, then you saunter on in to Vina Nova, which will be on your right-hand side. Unless you come in on the other side, then it'll be on your left.
Low.
You go in there. So which one of these is the lab-grown? It's all lab-grown. That's the thing about Vina Nova. There's no confusion.
Mhm.
So all these, we're going to have
All
of them.
Quit
All of them,
asking.
Jack. Don't be
How
stupid.
many times we
Why
gotta
are you so
ask?
stupid, Jack. Yes,
I've
all of
been
them.
Told. You know what? The M-in-law would really like one. Actually.
I thought you just told her to
No, I didn't say nothing about her. I would never.
vinanova.com. It's the website. It's what I would do.
Or go to Mark Mall.
Go to Market Mall.
Park to your heart's content.
Yep. I'm not sure. I got the dually today. I can't go to the mall and get
Dually-
Mother's
I've
Day
been
gifts.
looking.
I got the dually.
Dualies are tough for the regular size stills.
Not at Market Mall, Ryan.
Yeah.
Plenty of space.
Not at Market
You
Mall.
don't have to squeeze in between two cars at Market Mall just because it's the only
That's right.
anywhere you want.
You don't need to be one of those losers that angle park so you can't. You don't need to do that. There's so many parking spots.
Good luck with a dually in Marta Loop. Oof.
Oh,
Don't come.
good luck with a moped in Martin.
I did a night. I love math, and I'm always counting in my brain because I like that stuff. But
It's a math guy.
I was the fellas are working, and there were 14 of them, and one was twisting a wrench, so that was good.
14.
Or the other, because one wrench, shovels, brooms.
1 for 14. It's like an awful power play. That's to be you.
That's really bad.
Right.
Looking at 7% something.
Take your time.
And it looks like there's zero progress being
I
made.
would say
It's looking
that's-
worse.
Like, how big of a hole do you need to
It's
dig?
bigger every day.
It's just getting bigger.
Yeah. They're not done making
Like,
the
when are
hole.
you coming around the mountain when she comes here,
no,
boys?
No. Not yet.
When are we heading towards completion?
Nope.
What's the rush? We got
So-
all summer.
The project apparently is 10 weeks, which I think when you start doing the conversion for city time,
Right.
20, 25
Like
weeks.
dog years.
So
yeah.
summer. All so for the
Yeah, by
summer.
the time the snow is flying, we'll probably be ready to fill these holes up.
I wonder how they deal with that in New York City. Like, would
Well, when they were remember they were doing the Madison Square Garden renos just to accommodate for getting trucks with supplies to Penn Station. We're going to have to add years to the project because traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, but they catered to the other people.
That's
they
right.
didn't inconvenience. Oh,
It's just no parking signs everywhere.
yeah, unnecessarily, actually, in some circumstances.
I do feel bad for the people who have businesses down here. I mean, we can bitch because we got to whatever, but
what? Block away.
Yeah,
not ideal.
And what's she do over there?
Doesn't
Oil changes,
Botox filler,
lube and filters,
face peels, all kinds of shit. I don't know anything about.
Could we get a face peel?
Yeah, absolutely. She'd love to have you.
Oh, would she?
You're charming.
That's kind words.
Imagine if we walked in there. Security. Some tub of shit just walked in here.
I don't think these.
I don't know who this is.
TOS.
Doesn't he work with your husband? Oh, shut up.
No, this fat tub of goo. He needs to go. He's coming. He wants a face peel or something. It's gross.
I'm not buying this BS. This guy wants a face peel. It's
clearly a hoax.
Time for the Pinder Report. It's a presentation of Village Honda.
Yeah, it is.
CRV's out the yinger.
I need one. Send me one in.
Get one.
Let's go.
Come on, Rat. Get up there.
Plus that 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid, the winner of the North American Car of the Year for the record-setting 4th time. You can get those up there.
All I do is win, no matter
one of
what.
those.
Go pick up your date. Hey, is this a new car? It's a Nakati.
Nice.
Oh, which? It's a Nakati. Oh, okay. It's the hybrid. North American Car of the Year. You know what? Actually, get up. This state's going nowhere.
If you don't
have respect for the Nakati, I got no respect for you.
Jack, would you date someone that doesn't understand the Nakati?
No.
Thanks, Jack.
Good point
For you, Jack. Way to go with the bit. Well
Ryan Pinder.
Not much of a bit, but thanks. Time for the Pinder Report.
Well, fellas, last night the balls were drawn. That's right.
Oh, Kevin?
Not Kevin Ball.
Oh.
But the lottery balls, friends. And yeah, somehow, some way, the Flames didn't win that draft lottery. Narrowly missing out on the 6th overall pick. They did draw the balls, as noted, Dean. The final ball,
Stanley.
if they had only had a 9, they would have moved up to pick 6 overall.
Lanny.
Just needed a Lanny.
Yeah, needed a
Would have
Lanny.
moved into the top 10, kept their pick, sent Florida's pick to Montreal.
So how did you get a 9?
They didn't get a 9.
I know, but if somebody got a 9, how did they get the 9? Why didn't we get a 9?
The Flames needed a 9. They did not get the 9. There was 14 different numbered balls. Stanley told you this yesterday.
This is
Only the 9 would have had the Flames.
Yeah. It's like in bingo. Somebody else had a card that didn't have a 9. They had a different number instead.
Yeah.
And then that number got called and they yelled, bingo. You're like, oh, I could have used the 9.
I had a tumor, but it was B9. It's the guy who used to say that joke at punk rock. Yeah. A little offside, perhaps. There were some lottery winners.
Oh, good.
Yeah, isn't that exciting? Here's the order. Now, there's some interesting things in here. Already at 16, you can see Montreal in for the Flames.
Yep.
It not being in the top 10 triggers the send that to Mark Bergervan or whoever's running the Habs right now because that was the Monahan deal. Ouch. Of note, the New York Rangers sit at 12. That is a first-round pick that was top 13 protected from the JT Miller trade. Now, the Rangers can keep this pick, and next year's first would be unprotected, or they can just go ahead and give this one up and keep their own pick next year. Interesting, given that they hired Mike Sullivan, and maybe, just maybe, if you were going to, keep this year's pick, you'd be best trading it for a player that could help you today to really make sure that next year's pick isn't one that kills you. A lot there.
It's a lot there, yeah.
But I feel like that picks and plays, long story short. Whether they elect to keep it or not is up to them. I believe they'd probably have to give notice to Pittsburgh, who got it from Vancouver in the Marcus Pettersson deal. The heads up within, probably a day or two of the draft. we'll see what they do.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Do it.
Would you sneeze at the Calgary Flames sliding Rasmus Anderson over to that for that Rangers pick and some other pieces?
Yes. I don't want picks in this draft. I heard it's a shitty draft.
Ouch.
And next year's is much better.
Sorry.
Well, it does matter.
Sorry, Paxton Schaefer.
Who's Paxton?
Okay, put Paxton up in next year's draft. Where does he get picked?
I think we're talking about Matthew, but probably not one. That's for sure.
Peter.
Piotr.
Listen, I do my rounds. You guys spout BS.
No, I mean, hey, in there, and you that's I didn't realize that that was the thing. Rangers have that option.
Yeah, they
The story is the Islanders. They came out of nowhere.
We'll get there.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, just
they're so irrelevant that story is irrelevant.
Within hours of the governor of New York whining to Gary Bettman about them losing their All-Star game this winter, because they're going to meet in New York and then fly over for the Olympics. We're not going to do a game. We'll find some sort of an international send-off party. Well, they got that. And then the guy that spent $1 billion to get the Coyotes and put them in Utah, they also won the second draw. I don't think it's rigged, but I suppose every team in the league, we could come up with the conspiracy theory of why.
Not
that
the
works.
Flames or the Sabres.
Islanders
will
will
Flames or the Sabres won, you would be like, how the hell did that happen?
Well, it's got to be honest. Can't be rigged. Islanders will pick first overall for the 5th time. Tavares, DiPietro. That was in Calgary. Do you guys remember that?
No.
Okay.
I was playing.
Denis Pavin and Billy Harris.
Oh, Billy.
Sharks pick second. Because Utah won, but they couldn't move up more than 10. Sharks.
Do that anymore.
Sharks. Patty Marleau was the second overall. Andre Zayuzin, less exciting, forever a Flame. And Pat Falloon, who killed the Flames in double overtime of Game 7.
Job, Pat.
Also killed the Sharks for being a second overall pick as well. Wasn't a very good one. Sorry, Pat.
From your part
Good
of
player,
the world,
not good for
cheap
second
shots.
overall.
So is this a small town rivalry kind of thing? You can't give him any credit?
Nope.
At least he's honest. Appreciate that.
Foxhorn. That's what they all say.
Yeah, Foxhorn. Calgary Flames had some news yesterday as well. Their young netminder. Yeah. Nominated for the Calder Memorial Trophy. Rookie of the Year. Finalists. Celebrini, Hudson, Wolf, as we expected. Matvey Michkov, we're sorry. Any other year, you're probably a finalist. This is a great crop.
Richly deserved across the board for all three young men.
I'd agree.
Richly.
Mm-hmm. Lane Hudson's going to win it.
Feels like
But very nice to get the nod for Dustin Wolf to be nominated.
Oh, it'll be good to tell the kids when you're older. 3rd place.
Once he has kids and then being old enough that they know how to hear him talk about.
Then he'll be going to Vita Nova to get Mother's Day gifts.
Right.
Be busy.
Are these the lab grown? God damn it, Dustin.
Still lab.
Idiot.
Okay, to the drama last night. Sam Bennett is officially public enemy number 1 in Toronto. This is the overhead view of the collision with Anthony Stolarz. It's pretty innocuous, but Stolarz hits the deck pretty quick. It's certainly a forearm or an arm to the head area on the side, not really the angle the mask is made to absorb contact. I don't know.
Now,
there's lots of fallout here.
I forgot. Once I got hit like something like that
On
where
the
it was
side?
and it didn't seem like anything. And 2 days later, I was eating pregame meal at a restaurant and I didn't know where I was.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's something.
The brain's a mysterious thing.
That happened to me last week from all that. You giving me those slaps all the time.
Don't get HR involved. This
Rhett was giving me a reverse knife edge. Next thing you know, I'm walking down 17th with no pants on.
I'm in Marteloup. I can't find my car. What the hell?
Sorry, Ryan.
Let's keep going down the Bennett path. So there's lots here. So that's the overhead view. That's the first thing we see.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. Stolarz did take one bing. Right off the face bone.
Right in the mind.
Right in the mind.
Look at the straps of the helmet, Rhett. Just explosion.
That's the same side of the head, too.
Pow!
It's the frontal region.
It's the
for
frontal
sure,
lobe.
But his left side of his head, it's the same side of the contact. Again, brain's in there somewhere, probably rattling. That's all we know.
Yeah, it does bounce around.
Bouncing's not good for the brain. Bouncing good for basketball is bad for brains. Okay, we'll keep going down the tunnel here. I believe, what do we got? Craig Berube? Yeah. There's a guy that has played some physical hockey, but also is the head coach of the Maple Leafs in this series.
What was your view on the Sam Bennett hit on Stolarz? And
elbow to the head. Yeah, clearly. Yeah, clear as day.
Were you satisfied with your players' response to that? Like, did they handle it the way you would like? Or
yeah, I mean, I don't know what you. I mean, I think at the time, we handled it the way we should handle it. I'm not sure why there's not a call on it. But, I get it. They miss calls, but it's clearly a penalty.
Because that's Berube's take. That second question got him right in the mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
He was staggered for about 10 seconds there.
Well, he's an honest guy, and then he caught himself. He's like, I better shut my mouth.
This morning, Chris Johnson's been all over this. He was asking the questions you just heard. No supplemental discipline that has been confirmed by multiple other insiders, but he was the first to get it. And Bennett's got a long history against the Leafs, playing in the same division.
Love him in Toronto next.
He'll be a great Leaf next year. Treliving's gonna bring him in for sure. He said he considered his contact with Stolarz a bump. There's no intent. Stoley's a good friend of mine, but when I hear that he went to the hospital, of course I feel bad.
I believe that to be true, to be honest, at the end of all of this. I think he was skating through the crease. I'm going to bump him. Let's be honest, the bump was not that hard.
I agree with that, but was there intent for a light bump is the question. He says there's no intent. I don't agree with that. I think he tried to catch the head, as light as it was.
I mean, God.
That's right.
The guy's puking on the bench from that hit. Like, that's one in a million. It's just.
I'll tell you what, we were playing lacrosse last week, and one of the little buggers playing net for the other team sprinted across the while the game's going on.
Yeah.
Right, sprinted across the floor, had to unleash right in a bucket on the.
Indus to win this?
Wasn't Indus.
Okay.
Crossfield.
Puke or poo?
Jim Knight or Jim Kite.
Jim Kite.
Puked.
Puke.
Just like Stolarz.
More from Bennett. Said he reached out to
Stolarz
last night. Heard back. From my point of view, I'm just taking a puck to the net.
Sorry.
That's probably about it. I think
Do you
that's all
call
we
him
got.
Tony? Do you think? What's his nickname? Stoley? Lame.
Stoley.
Tony's
Stoley.
better.
Stoley's got vodka brand.
Stoley the goalie? That is.
Stoley the goalie's not bad.
So, you know what?
Tony.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Great
That's his
job,
nickname.
Brian.
Thank you. All right, let's keep moving. I think we're done with the Bennett stuff.
No.
I think that's it, Jack. You got any more Bennett? No? Okay.
Well, this is also irrelevant.
Jeez.
This
poor
is a series. Maybe it'll surprise us, but we have low expectations.
It's probably good hockey, actually, but it's.
Carolina is very good at keep away.
Am I wrong? Is anyone excited about this?
They
Jack?
both.
You're an idiot.
Oh, it's twice now.
God, I'm getting
just
dumb, idiot,
stray.
stupid.
Jack, I haven't insulted you today, just for the record.
only
My
hurt
two
the ones you
co-hosts
love.
cannot say the same.
No, I'm not excited for this.
Well,
I watched.
then you're not
0
an
seconds
idiot.
of it. Thanks.
And it's Carolina, correct?
You just
Because Washington's not necessarily boring. If Washington is in a series with other teams, we were fine with Montreal, Washington.
You know what it is? It's your boy Rod the Bod's fault. Because the stupid Canes play stupid good, just steady, stupid, dumb, good hockey all the time.
Yep.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said.
I think we got to clip that. That's Rhett's whiteboard on how the
Because Rod the Bod, nice,
Canes
good,
play.
consistent, good, stupid, good.
Stupid,
Yeah,
good,
it's just
stupid.
same old hard-working,
Yeah.
just good, stupid hockey.
Yeah.
Doesn't change ever.
Stupid over-unders at 5.5 for this. Stupid Canes minus 135, slight favorites.
Stupid Anderson playing or
Stupid Anderson's not playing, I guess.
wow, shocker.
Though. He's always hurt.
Did he get an extension too? Did I see?
Well, 1 year, yeah. He's been good when he's healthy.
Did you see when he got hurt? That didn't look like F all either.
See
Didn't
that?
swear there. How's that?
Nice.
How you doing,
Yeah, you're dialed.
It's a little loose earlier. Sorry, folks.
You Jack drinking again? No?
If we have to talk about Bennett, anyway,
Just reaches in the fridge and cracks it.
That's it.
I kind of want to do it just to see if he actually grabs a beer.
What are you looking for?
Just unconfirmed starters.
Oh.
Freddie Anderson is going to start. I take it back. Wow. Freddie Anderson, Logan Thompson, both confirmed. Both will start. There you go. Next game, Edmonton, Vegas. I just hope the best team wins here. Really looking for a competitive series.
Good
hockey.
Rod the bod type hockey where it's good, stupid, straightforward hockey.
Just play hard, have some fun.
Yep.
May the best team win.
Go compete, boys. Go compete.
Golden Knights, stupid -140 on the money line. Over under at 6.5. Another goal more than the Carolina Washingtons, which makes sense after watching Edmonton and LA go over in, I think, 5 of the 6 games.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Overs are fun.
So,
yeah.
Picard.
Nope. Jean-Luc Picard is confirmed in net for the Oilers. I'll show you a captain's log. And then Aiden Hill is not confirmed yet, but likely to start for the Golden Knights.
Hill.
A lot there. What else have we got, Jack?
My buddy's name's Hill. Jason Hill, the bomber.
Yeah. And we heard what Sean Hill was that on the guy
Sean
Barney
Hill.
was talking
Yeah,
about?
22.
Hank Hill loves propane.
Remember Aaron Hill? He plays second base with the Blue Jays.
I do, yeah.
Soft.
Small.
Game 1. Western Hockey League Finals. Championship Series.
Wow.
Medicine Hat against Spokane. This is going to be a banger. And I'll tell you what, things just got a little more intriguing. Medicine Hat probably already favored before this bombshell this morning. Flames second rounder Andrew Basha and 4th overall pick Caden Lindstrom. Full participants in practice this morning.
Wow.
That's not nothing.
Lindstrom hasn't played all year.
All year.
The big dope was out skating with him in the hat there a couple weeks ago.
Who are you talking about?
Dope? Someone that lives at my house part-time.
Part-time. Part-time. Okay.
Part-time.
Full-time dope, part-time tenant.
Isn't there a song? Is it part-time?
Part-time lover.
Yeah.
You want to sing a little bit of that for us, Steve?
The allegedly blind Stevie Wonder.
You're buying into that one.
Is there a conspiracy here? Do I got to do some?
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoops.
Do I have to do some dark?
Shaq was talking about it.
Do I have to do some dark web research?
Yeah,
you do. Yeah. I couldn't have followed it. I'm blind.
So is that that's Bash?
That is Lindstrom,
Okay.
and the other pitcher was Basha. And apparently
They're on the ice.
very close.
Skating.
Both full participants and 2.
Is that Sweet Willie D behind him?
Looks like it. That duster. Willie.
Sweet Willie D.
What? You just broke him.
I don't know why that caught me. It's like, do you think anyone's ever called him Sweet Willie D?
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
At the Cadillac bar?
Yeah.
Always.
Sweet Willie D, how you doing?
Sweet Willie D.
Ah, look at this. Sweet Willie D. These are 2 star level players.
Do you think anyone knows who Sweet Willie D is?
This is a very small pocket of
On this show,
people
I think
who
we're
pay
okay.
attention to this
If
for
any-
some reason.
Anyone who knew who Sean Hill was knows who Sweet Willie D is. Let's say that.
I'm gonna Google Sweet Willie D and see if it comes.
Easy. Let's see if anyone knows who this kid is. I'm looking at the USHL draft from yesterday, and number 122, the Chicago Steel select Luke Warner.
Yep, Todd's.
Is that Todd Warner's kid? It's weird his name's not spelled that way. This is the draft yesterday. Rhett,
Yeah.
how do you feel about Chicago?
Very stabby. Love it.
Stabby. Gee.
I love it. I mean,
it's
awesome.
Yeah.
I
guess the train's above
thank
the
God
ground.
there were more rounds.
2 baseball teams. round
It's
9.
a lot of rounds.
A lot of rounds. WHL rounds are coming up in a couple days.
Is this the one that was the big dope that was skating with?
Yeah. with the
Okay,
other
good.
kid.
This is the guy in your house part time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Congratulations,
Congrats
bud.
to that big dope.
Mhm.
Proud of you. Let's get to some basketball. Some footage.
Finally,
of, Rhett's
Yeah,
other
we
dopes.
haven't covered enough.
See,
Round 2.
Round ball.
Jack's been putting a lot of money on the hoops.
Yeah, this is
losing
Jeremy
a lot of money.
Goyer.
14.
He's 14. He's 7'4".
That's tall.
This is kind of like Rhett's
Not fair.
kids in minor hockey.
He
Long
jumped.
arms. That's pretty easy to dunk there. Kind of looks like take your dad to school, though.
Yeah, it looks like Farrell and Elf when he's
Right.
dunking on all the other elves.
Jack, I'm going to hazard a guess that this team's doing okay.
Yeah, they're probably pretty good.
Jeremy's squad, tough to beat.
You got to pants that kid once
Look
or
at him.
twice.
He's flexing after blocks and stuff.
Is he showing off?
Big time.
You got to put the body on him.
I would pants
Whose
him right.
body
I
you
would
put-
be pantsing him left and right.
You got to elbow him right in the nuts.
Multiple pantsings. Yeah, he needs to do one of those Sam Bennett intentional, unintentional elbows to the nuts.
I don't like that. You know what, Mom and Dad? Get your kids.
Get your kid out of that.
No.
Well, you don't have to showboat over the 4-footer. Like, oh, wow, what an accomplishment.
Get that ass out of here. That's my boy. Yeah, Jeremy, you tell him. Dad's just living it up. I taught him that.
You know what's amazing? This kid's 14 and he already knows he's worth 150 mil. He's taking out, right? Like, I got to play basketball.
Yep.
Here's a couple.
He doesn't have to cut down trees for
a few sheets.
He's had a nice career.
It'd be good if he did. He wouldn't need the ladder. He would just reach up
there
with
you
the.
We've seen a lot of chainsaw ladder videos. One of the things we notice about these after multiple viewings is it's.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. It's never really the falling tree so much as the shaking of what remains.
There's like a recoil.
Yeah, big time.
Dad.
There you go.
I don't know why. Sometimes you feel bad for the person. I kind of
No.
don't for that individual.
It's kind of like being at a Bulls event where you choose to get into the ring with the Bulls. You kind of signed up for whatever happens to you.
That's not easy to do.
Only you can do it twice.
Tay Allen.
That is.
You don't hear enough of that song anymore either.
Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah,
I think
you
you
sure
should.
do.
So great. I hope they
That's
bring it
enough.
back.
Can you please just.
Oof, that was a Saddle Dump staple for a while. Kill me. This is some sort of spin-off from rugby. Remember when your pal Beef set up one of those fighting leagues?
Yeah.
This would be like, what if we got two of the big galoots that play rugby and ran them into each other offshoot?
This might be worse than that slap
I was
fight
just
stuff.
going to say
Oh,
this
dear.
is worse than the.
The guy with the ball did okay. I didn't.
You know what? That reminds me of that Bennett on Stolar's hit from last night. Just feels like
don't
popping
like that.
blood vessels or something.
Well, that's.
I
feel bad.
Brian, why would you?
Listen, I feel bad for
Come on.
Stolars, but this poor sap is going to suffer
Yeah, he puked and pooped.
right there.
And he filled his shirts.
I was watching Aussie Rules football the other day with the boys.
They
Right?
get some big hits.
Great
in the NFL.
sport.
It's a really
What
good
a
sport.
sport.
You'd love it. I was there for the grand final.
Oh,
Unreal.
so good.
To finally the skydiving, they always they got these
Dean and your love of skydiving.
these flying squirrel suits, right? You've seen these?
Oh,
Where
sure.
They open up the arms and
Yeah.
legs, and then they got little
Zoom, zoom.
wings in there. Well, things escalated, obviously, as they do. As they attached a handle onto the jacket.
They put a. Why is he dragging a?
This is next level. It's not enough, apparently, just to jump off a cliff. You gotta swing off a flying squirrel and pull your chute. The drone did a good job keeping up, Jack. Good camera work.
I would hate if that drone went right through the parachutes.
Oh, that wouldn't be good at all, right?
That would also make me puke and poop.
I was gonna say, can need a
Can
clean
we
pair
back?
when you get
Wait,
down to the-
whiteboard this. Back that up, Jack. How in the do you get up there?
Okay, let's do it properly. Let's go
Like,
to
do
the,
you
get
have-
the whiteboard graphic. Let's do this. Here we go.
Thank you.
This isn't so much a breakdown as I need confirmation as to how in the do we get up here?
Ah, you probably
Drive.
sponsored by an energy drink and
Just
you
drive around up there.
helicopter up.
Where are we?
Swift current.
Oh,
Wow, they're big hills.
oh,
Cypress Hills.
Put Nanny in the hills.
Yeah, good times.
The Frenchman Valley. More green there than I remember.
Very lush. Yeah, must
Had a
have been
lot of
wet-
rain, a
wet
lot of
spring.
moisture. It's been a great spring.
That's your Pinder Report on a Tuesday, fellas.
Brought to you by Village Honda. Huge selection of used vehicles, all makes, all models, all budgets, 90 units on site. They're part of the, of course, Wood Automotive Group, which means you go to the one dealership, Village Honda, you go into all the dealerships.
All of them.
One-stop automotive destination in Calgary. They're your dealership
for life.
For life.
Oh, life.
Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall.
There is real basketball being played, isn't there?
No. The NBA playoffs don't matter until you get to the finals.
Hoops.
I thought someone on some thing you can get in your car was talking about it. But it's in your car, so
yeah. What are you doing in there?
You can trust it.
I was texting with our buddy Greg Keller at Bonton yesterday.
No, not
I said,
Greg.
We've been working hard behind the scenes. I know you've been busy in that. We're coming up with a new, kind of a new sales angle for you. New promotion, maybe something that we can work on. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. We've been hard at work. We've gotten our staff has been working
double time.
Oh, really? Have you seen it? No, I haven't. So I sent him the.
It's been a marketing for you.
This makes me laugh so hard. I mean, the logo's great.
Look how happy we are.
Everyone's so
and
we're
happy we are.
sipping in the potato salad.
Yes,
we were right in it.
Yes,
their potato salad is the tits.
No denying it.
I mean, yeah. How did he like it?
Hey, Greg, you know what? We've got this marketing campaign. If you want to take it to the newspapers and the television and all that, you can. Oh, that's great. So you've done the production for it and everything? It's already done. We can
just send it
well, please have it sent to our Hooby-Doo department and we'll get it put right on. Oh,
not sure.
It says here their potato salad is the tits. I'm not sure if we can. Not sure if we can put that. Can we put that on the broadcast tonight? I'm not sure.
Does this have the stamp of approval that's required?
Elliot Friedman, brought to you by Bonton Meat Market. Their potato salad is the tits. Thanks, Ron.
It's actually Bonton Meat Merit. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Oh, is it? I mean, hey.
Good work, buddy.
It's okay. It is too, though. I mean, it is. I mean, who's going to debate that?
I'm not going to brag.
I'm not.
My kid's skating real close to Bonton tomorrow.
Really?
Is that right?
Greg catches wind of that. He's like, honey, we're going up for dinner tonight.
Oh, yeah. Big day.
Fine dining.
Yep. Big day coming up.
Reloading the coffers tomorrow.
Bonton Meat Market, 28 Crowfoot Circle in the Northwest. Proud to be Calgary, Southern Alberta's Consumer's Choice Award winner for Best Meat and Deli for 24 consecutive years.
Now, did you show Greg the comic strip with Rhett?
I don't think I did.
Because he'll like that.
That'll be my next text.
Good, yeah. Let us know how that one goes.
Was that
Sorry, Greg, we were just joking about the first. Now, this is
that was the meat delivery? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, of course, Rhett, you're a big
customer.
Yeah. And like with most things, you can have fun with Rhett. You can mess around. Not with his food.
No, with his meat.
Don't do it.
Leave my meat out of it.
Yeah. Don't do it.
He'll get a kick out of that one, I think.
Yeah. Wonder how he feels about the Bennett deal.
I was going to say, you heard from Greg yesterday? No.
We'll send him.
Find out.
Send him some black roses.
No, I think what it was is he, like a lot of people, and I saw it in the chat this morning. A lot of people are having a difficulty. They're just not going to be able to cheer for Toronto, even with Ruby and a little more gristle on the back end and all of that. That is just so deep into the medulla oblongata.
It's that draft pick, I'm telling you.
The Leafs?
Florida's draft pick for the Flames.
Oh, it has nothing to do with that.
I know.
It's the hatred for the Leafs.
Yeah. Just trying to, but that would help you. Like, yeah, but it's the Leafs. I'd like to see them suffer.
Yeah. I don't care. The Leafs have suffered. There
is something about when
they can lose in the next round.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Like let them get all cocky.
That's what we did.
Thinking they're going to win and then get swept in round 3. Really rip their hearts out.
Would you hate it? Like, would it be hard to take?
I don't. Here's my concern. At this point, no. because they've been through agony, and I actually don't dislike any of their players. I don't think they're soft. I like Barnaby. I think that Treliving's done a good job putting a team together. My concern is that the level of fandom and idiocy from the fans is it's creeping. And what happens? They get through this round. How more of it?
It gets way more annoying.
It's just gonna. It's a nuclear weapon that's about to go off, right?
Yeah.
Like it's there's a mushroom cloud that might be too much to take.
I would accept some short-term gain for only an immensely painful exit later.
You see, and I don't even. Again, it's not the Leafs winning; it's the losers cheering for the Leafs, annoying me. That concerns.
It's just you can't have one without the other. That's the problem.
The hell we would have to live in if it's Leafs and the cultural capital. Oh my God!
Don't put that out there.
We have to go on a trip, fishing trip.
Gary's gonna have to cancel that. The ratings will be too low in the States. We're just gonna have no cup this year. Another lockout year.
I'm just gonna send this in. I'll send this to Jack. It's kind of short notice.
Can you imagine if can we do that? Can we just say, like I saw something where a family lived on a boat for 9 years? Can we just say, fellas, we have to leave town?
If we have Leafs Oilers final, we might need to get a boat.
Yeah, like deep. I don't know where.
Off the grid.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know that many. I mean, I know it's plenty with the.
You don't have to know anyone. It will be jammed.
They all come out of the woodwork. I've already seen it at baseball practice.
I'm not saying this rudely, but there was a not old, but elderly-ish couple at the rink I was at last night, and there was a little TV on with the game, and there a bunch of people standing there because it matters to Canadians. And when the Panthers scored, there was an F-bomb uttered, off.
Yeah, F sharp.
And then when the Leafs won, there was a lot of whooping it up. So you won't be able to hide from. My point is, I don't know these people. They're not in my home. It's not going to annoy me there.
Yeah,
out and about is going to be hard to take.
You know who you'd like to win is Vegas,
Carolina.
You know, because Vegas, they I know they've won recently, but it's such a new team. It's not.
Yeah, they're okay
really
to get
hard to
behind
take.
for sure.
I
yeah.
could get behind Dallas. Winnipeg is the only team that could actually be Canada's team because nobody hates Winnipeg. How could you hate Winnipeg?
We'd go to Winnipeg.
We'd have to.
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure?
You know where to stay. You said it on
you're our
Saturday
tour guide.
night.
We need you there.
I'm the guy who's most recently been to Winnipeg.
I
I'm
know.
not sure this is what you guys
You
want.
were bragging up that even the spots that you used to love are still available to go visit.
That's what I was
You
doing.
might have said
all
it was
right.
stabby, but we could figure that part out.
We'll bring Jack.
Jacks are heavy
Yeah.
for security.
Look at him. His Boston Red Sox hat. Oh, I wouldn't mess with that guy.
Get out of here. Bet365. Want to get in on the action for the Stanley Cup playoffs, huh? At Bet365, they got you. Game props, player props, totals, and the money line. You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, the Stanley Cup champions, and much more. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, get in on the game. Official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Must be 19 or older.
Lots here.
That'll make the Carolina game a little more
That's right.
palatable.
Action.
We showed you the odds for the two games tonight in the NHL. I'm going to jump on a Shea Theodore point for Vegas.
Why?
I like him. He's a good player. I feel like overs are going to be in a good spot. And if you want to get a point for anyone else, it's like -1 million.
Gotcha.
So that's my reasoning there. And we got a huge game in the Champions League semifinal. Barcelona, Inter Milan played last week. It was an instant classic.
We should have went.
Let's hope Barcelona gets it done on the road here.
We should have went.
Should have run. Yeah, it was in Barcelona last week.
Mhm.
Milan this week.
Either's fine.
Yeah, I could do that.
You'd be, well,
By the way, I think I should go to Milan in February because we're going to need boots on the ground for the Olympics.
is it Milan? I know someone Italian.
We're going to need them. Could be our interpreter.
Okay.
No, I don't want them to go, actually. That would be no good. Ruin everything.
Mm.
I take it back.
Okay.
No super chats today, so unfortunately nothing there. But you mentioned you were saying it yesterday, and you brought it up again today that you need a fishing trip.
Oh,
And I thought this might be some incentive for you. This is from Galveston, Texas.
Oh,
This is
David Esslinger was out with his buddies doing a little tuna fishing, and they brought in this horse.
holy.
It is a state record 884 pounds of bluefin tuna.
What's
right out
that
of the
worth?
Gulf of America.
Right.
What is that worth?
A lot.
Like I'm telling you, a
Oh.
pound of that is worth a ton.
Dude,
Bluefin tuna.
$15 a pound at least. Depends on the quality of the meat.
Galveston.
Let's go. We gotta do things in life because
What happens? What's that thing you say?
If you don't do things, you don't do things.
son of
So you're saying that's 800 pounds. I'm just looking. This up.
884.
Local bluefin tuna wholesale price per pound between $20 and $40.
Ooh la
do it on the
la.
low side, right? Just do
In
it on the-
Japan, it's a minimum of 200, and Oma tuna can be close to 400 a pound. Whew. Let's just play the 40.
Yeah, that's your. Let's just assume that's your run of the mill bluefin.
Blue, 800 pounds. You said 880.
884
That's a $35,000 catch.
pays for your fishing trip.
American.
just
$35,000
look at Jack's gonna quit.
See,
and
look
go
at Jack
fish.
popping
Jack,
it. Hey,
for a fish?
look who's joined the chat.
Yeah, look who's woken up over there.
Jack.
Sleepy.
Jack will be packed up and heading south.
Now,
coming
there's
with
probably
you?
some weight in there that's not, something you can
Ah,
use.
some
Sushi,
guts
maybe some
and
bones and stuff.
Poop
Let's-
and stuff in there.
even if we
you
just
can.
rounded down to an even 800.
Yeah, say
Jack,
there's 84 pounds
that's a
of poop.
$32,000 catch.
Is that American?
Yes.
Darn right.
Now, Jack, you want me to blow your mind?
Sure.
If this was in Japan, where tuna is incredibly rare and incredibly valuable because of how much sushi is consumed in Japan, we would be talking about $177,000.
So why don't they just bring the fish to Japan?
It's going to take a while to get there, and the quality of the fish is not going to survive that very well.
Yeah.
You could do it, but now you're paying for a jet to Japan, and that's going to cut into your margins.
It's going to take a few seats too in coach to fit that.
Yeah, that's
It's not going to fit in the overhead.
Just slice and dice that bastard up. Let's go. We're having a bonfire. Let's eat.
Delicious.
flash freeze it when you do this, Jack. Yeah, maybe.
Either way, Jack just quit.
Jack's learning a lot about fishing because you had said yesterday, even if you were going to go do some fishing in the Bow Rivers, you said some of the best world-class fishing.
People
Just
fly.
I
what?
had no
Where?
idea.
They fly from around the world to
Yeah.
come fish here.
When they have that,
And if there's any guides out there that are looking to take a guy
looking to
fishing,
take guys out for
You want
free.
to practice your guiding skills.
Yeah.
Rhett's here to help you.
If you want a couple of subpar fishermen to talk about it on their subpar podcast.
A lot of subpar options for you.
Yep.
could fill some boats, Dean.
Fill them up.
I'm gonna need some time off to do all this.
Yeah, that's right.
We got a super chat.
Yes. I'm going to hit the horn.
It'll be about
They
the tuna.
snuck in right under the
wire.
That's right. Youth Centers of Calgary says thank you for a last-minute donation. Good heart for R&B. $13.99.
Resign? Oh, resign.
Re-sign Zeri. 4 years, $20 million.
Rhett makes a great point. How resign and resign, which mean the opposite
I
things,
know,
are
yeah.
spelled like that's dangerous.
So they want
how have we done
all
this?
these players to quit? I think they probably mean get
English
them under
language?
contract.
Be better.
Zeri, 4 years at $20 million. Ball, 7 years, 38.5.
I'll do the math on that. 7 times 5 is 35. So that's 5.5 a year.
5.5.
Anderson, 8 for 60. Wolf, 8 for 60. Frost, 4, 18 mil.
4.5.
Hanley, 2 more years, 4.5 million.
I love me some Hanley.
Then sign Bennett, 6 years, 45 million. Trade Bean and Uyghur. Thoughts?
It's a 7.5 for Bennett if you need the math there. I would go longer on Zeri. I would not re-up Anderson and trade Uyghur. You got longer obligations with Anderson and
Too much for
Uyghur's
Ball.
better. And Frost, I want to see more before I commit for 4 years. You can go for a couple. See what he is.
You can get Ball at 5.
And Hanley, like,
I don't think you
mind
need
him,
Hanley
but-
because you got kids coming up. I like Joel.
I'd rather
or
give
Joe or whatever.
Solovyov or Kuznetsov a little kick of the tires on the left side.
Hunter,
He's ready.
Moose or what?
Hunter
Hanley
Booze
lefty.
Stevich,
Yeah.
my favorite player. That would be the thing to do, is get the jersey and have it spelled Booze Stevich on the name bar.
I like that, Dean.
Yeah.
Booze. That's
Well,
his
thanks,
nickname.
R&B. Appreciate the donation.
Some of those I agree with.
I'm not sure what you're getting in exchange for Bean in a trade.
I'd say negative things.
Yeah, you'd probably have to give something away
Yeah,
for them to
well,
take.
Boy, and for
Can you throw that back up, Jack? Just we're full analyze mode. We're in full analyze
we don't
mode.
take
you send me
anything.
Bean, and then I'll also take a
Yeah.
fifth. Okay, deal done.
Zeri, I don't know that he's signing that.
No, I don't know
That's a bad
either.
bridge
You're
for
kind of
Zeri.
walking him right to UFA. I don't love that.
Yeah.
Either go short, or long.
Short.
If you can get them at
long.
5, go add 3 or 4
Yeah,
more
add a
years to
bunch of
that.
So
years.
ball at 5 and a
Too much.
5.7 ish.
I think that's too much.
Is
isn't
it?
That's kind of top 4 money these days.
It's on the topper edges. Topper.
He's a defensive defenseman, but he's playing top 4 minutes.
I'm saying knock 5. Give him 5 a year.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Knock off 3.5 mil.
Anderson 8.
Anything Anderson 8, I'm
60.
getting weary. So that's 7.5 a year.
What's that song? Where
Then you get weary.
So here's what I'm
Women
wondering.
do
If you're
get
gonna
weary.
re-sign Anderson, who's gonna make more than Uyghur, and then trade Uyghur, wouldn't you rather have Uyghur at less money than Anderson for longer on the more money? Because I see them as reasonable facsimiles of each other. I think Uyghur's a little better. I like Uyghur's number a little more, and Uyghur's going to be off the book soon.
Sure. What Ryan said.
Yeah.
So you trade Anderson.
We're going to talk a lot about Anderson coming up
I'm
here.
not. I'm going to be bored and fall asleep.
I mean, not Bennett levels.
That
Bennett
was just
is-
one day.
But,
Bennett's staying in
Jack,
Florida.
what's your rush?
Jack's got
You got somewhere to
food
be?
and a hot
Oh,
cake.
I thought we were done.
Oh, I mean,
I had a thought and it's gone.
oh,
What happened to the show last night? We didn't show any of the highlights of the show last night.
Oh, I tuned in.
the Gould Pike
They
extravaganza.
even brought in Kent Wilson.
What?
Shut the
Apparently,
All the way from Langdon?
he wasn't in studio, so I'm assuming
He wasn't in studio, or he was?
there's
How
not.
do we not have highlights of this?
Well, let's go to our producer Jack. Jack produced the show last night. Jack, what were the highlights?
I don't remember.
Okay,
That's
so
good.
yeah, I mean the Anderson thing is all going to hinge on stuff we're never going to know, and that's what you get in trade offers. Because you can say trade them, but if all the trade offers are dog meat, then it's maybe it makes more sense to trade them. We can trade them in a year or two
Yeah, but
down
you
the
can look
road,
at that dollar and say, is that going to age well or not?
Yeah,
Jack's trying to get out of here, and you guys are going to talk about this.
You're trying to get out of here.
I'm
Jack.
actually starving. So
woof.
Like if you go 6 years for Anderson, I'm more open to that. But not at that.
I'm not sure he's signing 6.
I don't think so either.
So stay in Calgary and sign for 6.
How do we feel on Hanley? He was.
I don't dislike him, but
we
you
were
don't need him.
laughing that they didn't put him on waivers last year at points.
I mean, but then you know what it is? It's not his fault. But then I've got Bean and Hanley both making $2 million.
Incorrect. You've traded Bean.
And
not-
taking up
Sorry.
spots.
You're just not.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot
taking
there,
up
R&B.
spots. Don't you have to move some kids up and through this?
I think, yeah, I'd love to see some more Solovyov, Kuznetsov, Brustevich. Yeah. Don't know that they're ready, but, you know.
We get so tightly focused. Like, well, Hanley was good. Well, yeah, on a non-playoff team in a 4-5-6.
No, he was
Of a-
playing top pair with Uyghur, or he was not playing. It was wild. Like it was all or nothing.
Well,
for
Well,
again,
and who else was in that? Your buddy,
Miramanov.
same thing. If
Yeah.
you're playing with Uyghur, it doesn't mean you're Uyghur level. It just means
course
you're
not.
the guy who's
It means you're overplaying a guy.
best of luck. Luckiest guy on the blue
They
line.
do have Miro coming back for another year too.
Thank
That's-
goodness.
yeah. So we want the same blue light. So a year ago, this blue light.
The guys who are AHL level and only playing because they're thin on D. Let's sign them all.
They got Hanley on waivers, and I'll say he impressed that he
It's
could
fine.
actually play some minutes. But yeah, I don't know. If they were out of it, they would have traded him and got something. Like go get a third or a fourth for him, whatever. They were not out of it.
For Hanley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a guy that could come in and play third pair on a real good team.
Okay, Jack, could you take that off the screen?
Yeah,
now?
we got-
God, how
we got
long are you going to
another
leave it
one.
up here
I'll
for?
put the next one up.
We've been looking at this for so long.
Question for you, Rat.
Ethan Oversby. $10. Thanks, Ethan. I'm curious about Rhett's thoughts on those perfetti tips in the Game 7 with Winnipeg, plus everyone's general thoughts on the comeback.
Well, we do this
yesterday's
every
show.
day.
Yesterday's show was
Ethan,
so
and
good,
Covered
Ethan.
it immensely, and they were amazing tips. Amazing.
Just the
The second one was lucky.
Yeah.
The first one,
by design, but still fortunate. That's what he was trying to do, given the old hee-hoo.
He's a good tipper, eh?
Hell of a tipper.
I wasn't going to tip for a while, but then I started tipping.
Yeah, you were all against it.
Yeah, that didn't go well for you, if I remember correctly. Get some people calling you out.
Bad take.
Really?
Guess so. Well, you made fun of me, so maybe that-
I did.
Yeah, you absolutely
I
lambasted
would never do that.
because you were a server.
Yeah, not all of us played hockey for a living and made tens of millions of dollars. We had to do other jobs.
Nope.
Is the real way to say it lambasted?
Lambasted?
Because it's not lamb with a B, because you would think, oh, well, you're basting a lamb, but that's not it. It's LAM.
Well, we just went through this, Dean. Resign and
re-sign
resign are the same word. So how
that's
the
tough.
are we supposed
Oh,
to
and what's
know?
the other one? There's another one too that's like that. That the way we've been saying it isn't how you're supposed to say it.
According to who?
Nerds.
Nerds.
Thank you.
Fucking nerds.
And it's not lightning a bucket either, is it?
Apparently not.
Prove it.
Prove
Jack,
it.
how was the show today?
Good show. I'm gonna really look into this fishing thing.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay.
To what degree?
I'm gonna buy a boat, go somewhere I've never
dear.
been, and make
Alright.
thousands of dollars.
This has happened before.
Oh, Jack.
With this
you're
show.
so
I believe
naive
this
and
is
young.
a brilliant. Jack, let's
Oh,
hash this out. I like this idea.
I could tell you how it ends, but
I was gonna
I'd rather you see
say-
for yourself.
We can't teach you your own lessons, but any plan that step number one is buy a boat, is never
always,
going to go well.
always, and every
Never.
time buy a boat.
Yeah.
Never buy the boat.
Always and every time.
Boats
Jack.
are fun. They don't make money.
I got a guy. I could hook you up.
You got a guy?
I got a guy.
Is that where you stored the boat you didn't use for 4 years? That guy?
Don't worry about it. I got a guy. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Take care of you. Real good.
See you, buddies.
Step one, buy a boat.